Hello. So in this video I'm going to show you how to go about solving the Rubik Cube without actually showing you the exact moves that you need to make. Instead, I'm going to give you some ideas and suggestions on how to go about finding those important moves that you need to solve it. I think it's more fun and more challenging to do it that way rather than looking up some resource on the internet and just copying those moves. I think we will agree to that. So the Rubic Cube came out in 1980. I was 16 years old at the time, so I'm showing my age here. I managed to solve it fairly quickly using a systematic approach and a pen and paper to take notes of where things moved when I did certain actions on the cube. So I think we all kind of managed to get the first layer done sooner or later. Then a lot of people have trouble with the middle layer, and then very few people manage to solve the bottom layer. But the solving the cube is all based on the same principle, in that you have to temporarily destroy the pattern that you've created, make some adjustment or intermediate move, let's say, and then put it back in place. And we'll do that even now on the top layer. So for example, we'll start by, okay, I just happen to have the corners in place here. Let me move them out of the way a minute, because that makes it too easy. Okay, so let's say I want to move this white blue into position here. I have to temporarily break this situation, the pattern, make an intermediate move, and then put it in place. And I think most people find that. So I'm going to rotate this around, bring it into place, put it back. And that's the kind of approach you're going to need to do the whole cube. Break to put it back in place. Okay, break it, put it back in place. Oh, I put that one in wrong. Let's start again. Okay. This one here goes, this one goes in there, so I'm going to rotate, put it in place. And where's the last white piece? There it is here. This white orange going in there, so temporarily break, intermediate move or moves, put it in place. And that's the top layer done. Most people manage to do this, but you use the same principle on the rest of the cube, although the moves obviously get a little bit more complicated. So now we need to find moves to put in these middle edge pieces, which is not the easiest move to find for a lot of people. But what I suggest you do about how to go about solving this is, okay, let's, for example, I want to put the orange green here into there, which obviously can't do that because then I break the pattern, and I need to find a way to put that in there without destroying what I've already created. Well, the best way to do that, I think, to think about this is, let's find a way how I can move this blue-red piece out. And in doing, if I find a way to move it out, well, obviously something has to take its place, and then you can work backwards to work out where that piece was in order to recreate that move, putting it in the right starting position. So this is where pen and paper can come in handy. You mark down where everything is, and then you see what goes in there. So here's a clue on how to find that move without showing you the move. How can I separate this corner piece from this blue-red piece? The blue-red piece can be separated from this top corner piece by doing something like this. Okay, so here's my corner piece, and here's my blue-red piece separated now. Now other pieces are next to it. Okay, now I haven't solved it here because I need to put this back. But is there an intermediate move I can now, or other moves I can do to put this back, which will not rejoin the blue and red piece in there? I'm going to put it back like it was. So I haven't done anything there. Do it again, and it goes over there. So I need to find a different way to put that corner piece back in such a way that a different edge piece will come in here. Okay, and it's not actually that difficult to find, I don't think. Let's go about, and I'm going to do this quickly now. So for all of these middle edge pieces, I'm going to put them in place. This one is rotated, so I have to take that one out. So I'm going to put it in, back in now. Now I hope you're not going to copy my moves. I hope you work this out for yourself, but everyone to their own. Okay, and that's the last one. So there's only one move you need to learn how to do these middle layer, so it's not so difficult. Now we come to the bottom layer. and this is obviously the hardest layer. And actually here I'm being lucky. What I have is a situation where every corner piece is in the correct place. They just need to flip around. Forget trying to keep, if you happen to look out and, okay, this is in the correct position, I'll work, and that's in the correct position, I'll work with that. Don't try that, because in putting the corner pieces right, these middle pieces will move around and change. So first you have to get the corner pieces correct. And there are two moves that you need to know. In this particular instance, I only need one type of move because everything is in the right place, but it's far more typical to find two of the corner pieces are flipped around in the wrong place. This one be over there, this one over here, or the two corner pieces in the wrong place, swapped over. So I have to find a move that can manage to swap those around, and that is actually, in my opinion, the hardest move to find on the Rubic Cube. So here's some clues on how you move things around on the Rubic Cube. First, the simple one, which is what all I need in this case to solve this by flipping these around. Think about a move where you take away the corner, any corner, and put it back. Nothing changes. Take it away, but instead make an intermediate move before putting it back, and you will see that things move around. With your pen and paper, note down what happens. Do things flip? Do things change position? And use that to work out then, what move is required to solve the cube. The move that you need to actually swap the position of two corners, swap them around, is a lot more difficult. Here's a clue. It is based on the same move that you need to put the edge pieces in here. I need to take this edge piece out and put it back in a different way that I took it out, sorry. So for example, I would do something like that to separate it like I did before, and now I will put it back in a different way. It's quite a difficult move to find. I'm going to do it now quickly, just to show, to show that it can be found. And what you'll see here now is that, let's have a look. I've got a cess here. So trying to work out, okay, these two are now in the right place, but these two are now swapped over. Okay, so I'm gonna put them back now. Okay, now they're back in the right position. Okay, there it is. Now what I need is a move to here where I have everything in the right position, but I just need to flip them around. And this is based on that move I was talking about before, where you just kind of take it away and then make some intermediate move and put it back. So I'm going to do that move now, slightly off camera maybe, to show you that it can be done. And there it is. All the corner pieces are now nicely in place. So the last thing is now to put these middle pieces in. And here again, you need two moves in total. Sometimes you'll get away with one, but up to two moves are required. And basically one move will basically flip two of these edge pieces around. In other words, flip the yellow onto the bottom of two of the pieces, and the other ones will just kind of move around and keep the same position in terms of where the yellow is on the bottom here. Another move I do will just keep everything the same on the bottom, but we'll just move the pieces around. So if I already had yellows here, it would then move the pieces around, rotate them around, and so that's how you can get them into position. So here's an example. Let's show you a couple of examples of moves that you can do. Take the middle piece away, take it to the side, put it back, and now I've lost the piece there. Let's put it back. Nothing's changed. Is there an intermediate move before I put this back here that I can make, or intermediate moves even, that will change things? Of course there is. I'm not going to show it to you, but that's the idea. Here's another example. Instead of moving it around to there, let's move it all the way around. So it's now flipped upside down. And is there other intermediate moves I can make before I put it back that will change things? See if you can find that move. I just put it back without changing it. But those are the two things you need to think about. So I'm going to start making moves now, quickly, to move things around here. Yeah. I'm not really studying this closely, so that's not really the move I needed. So I'm going to do something quicker. Okay, and now, normally I would do this quicker than this, but there we go, that's it done. So sometimes you can do this, the two moves I'm talking about, you might have to repeat more than once to move things around. So in this case I did like 5 or 6 moves there. If you study it more carefully, you can find the shortest route maybe, but that's the general principle. And so that's how you go about solving the Rubic Cube. You always need to temporarily destroy the pattern you've created, put it back after making some intermediate move or moves. And I suggest a notepad and a pencil, write down where things move, and therefore you can work backwards from that to find out what the starting positions are for the moves you need to make. So I hope that helps. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop a line in the comments boxes below. Thank you.